Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to episode 3 of Icarus, which originally streamed live on Twitch. So because I have played before, I don't have to do the missions in sequence, so I might not. But here we go. Here's a nice one. Lone Wolf, 10% XP gain, which is going to speed things up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you guys vote on whether I do missions in sequential order or not. If I don't do missions in sequence, I can sort of skip ahead and show you things that would otherwise take me a lot more time to get to. But if I do them in sequence, you'll see how the game is laid out in the natural speed of progression that a new player would experience. It's really it's up to you. I'm happy doing it either way. So I should be coming up on my next scan point. It'll be on this ridge. There it is.
You made it. Now you're gonna need to search the area.
And unlike the first one that I did, I'm not going to bother deploying a bed here because I am pretty close to my starting spawn point. Right, the dropship is right here, so if I die, I don't have to travel that far to get to my body. But before I do anything else, there's one thing I do want to do, which is to get some oxite, because I am low. Alright, looks like, here, I'll put a timer on that. Not too many people voted yet. Alrighty. Back to the scan. Before I kick this off, give my tools a good repair. And grab some of this cooked meat that I can use as healing potions. Or healing sources, whatever you want to call it.
Good. We're reading the station. It's active.
So, you'll see this bed requires more shelter. It's an indicator that I haven't placed it in shelter and therefore can't use it as a respawn or something like that.
Oh, man. That's some angry
2 grizzly bears. I don't know why this one just got super slow, but hey, I'll take it. Thank you for your body. Next! And you're dead too. Weak. I sense weakness. If you're Ursa Major, I'm Ursa... I don't know. Never mind.
That's it. Systems online.
Oh, prime meat. Oh, yes. So, bears have a very small chance to drop prime meat. Prime meat spoils very, very, very quickly. But it is a huge boon when eaten. So, if you have the opportunity to eat some prime meat, do it. Do it. So what I did was I took everything else off this fire and Look at the well, my head's in the way, but look at the stat bonuses of prime meat. 100 stamina, 150 health, 20 health regen per minute, 5% experience gained. Ursa Major, Ursa Superior. I don't know what I am, but yeah, that fight. Them bears can bow down to me. The thing about the prime meat, yeah, the raw prime meat spoils very, very, very fast. It spoils in about 2 minutes, but the cooked stuff will stick around a little while, so I don't need to worry about the cooked stuff spoiling. Now, there's no space in my stomach right now for me to eat this stuff, so I have to wait until one of these drop off. So I'm going to wait until the pumpkin drops off in 3 minutes, so that I have room for it. And then I'll have that huge stat boon of prime meat. But this won't spoil for another 1,572 seconds. So it's not, I'm not at risk at losing it anytime soon. All right, let's get moving. I'm not going to wait for this last pumpkin. All right, so the last scan is somewhere northeast of me. It's very much using the Valheim idea, yes. Very much. You do eventually, you can unlock 4 slots, but like, it's basically Valheim. There's little pieces and aspects of this game that are inspired by other games, you know, and that's just the way it is. And Valheim wasn't the first to have like the 3 meals bonus either. Oh, is there a water? Yeah, there's a water. Whatever. Get over here. I still want to keep leveling up, though. So I'm level 9. 10 is going to be a big level because I'll get the next bench. Oh, man. Sorry, you're worth it for the experience. I'm not even going to skin it. I just feel bad. I feel dirty. I have to leave the area. Oh, hi. Bye-bye. I will need oxide soon, so it's here. Might as well grab it. Just pop that bad boy into my helmet and ignore breathing for a while. I hate when you're trying to fire and the interaction to pick up like plants blocks your screen. Wow, this one, I'm gonna let that one live because I missed it enough that I'm just ashamed. All right, there it is. That noise was my food getting dropped off. And now I've got that prime meat. Let's also refresh my other foods. So you can see my health bar is bigger, my stamina bar is bigger. This is your first time lurking around here? Balkarmesh? Well, welcome. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out. You can watch me mercilessly murder baby deer to your heart's delight. Alright, I had to cook up some more bone arrows, though. I've been sending a whole lot of them downrange and not really retrieving them. So you can see how this is a bit of a running simulator. This would be, oh, one of my greatest critiques. One of my greatest critiques would be when you finish, you shouldn't have to travel back to your pod Maybe only in the condition that you have exotics or something like that. I'm the only animal on this planet to hunt for pleasure. Yeah, I guess that's true. So here's something I wanted to show. When you're stealth, you can very safely traverse mountains, and then when you're going to fall and drop off, it stops you from dropping. Kind of like in Minecraft, how you can crouch and not fall off the edge of a block. Also, I'm not hunting for pleasure. I'm hunting for experience. I'm trying to level up here. It serves a purpose. Oh, darn. It wasn't a headshot. We're almost at the... Well, not almost, but we're getting pretty close to the last scan. You can see why I took a bunch of talents that help with stamina regen and movement speed. Because if you didn't do that, this would take a lot longer. Also, focusing on consuming foods that aid in stamina. There's a food that I'll be able to unlock next level, which considerably helps with stamina regen, which I'm excited about. That will make some of the more boring parts of the game less boring. Arthur! Thank you for the resub, or the continuing the sub that you got as a gift from Dear Shellbell. I appreciate it. And Jim Bob, thanks for the bits. The old hi emote. Here, Yoda will say hi back. Right, buddy? He's not even standing up. Hey, Yoda, say hi. It is this way as the crow flies. One or two more kills and I'll be level 10. And then it starts to get actually quite exciting. In terms of talent tree and blueprints and all. Well, not talent tree, but in terms of blueprints. Because that's when you start to get a very wide variety of crafting benches. Posture check. You got it. So there's the last scan. I can see it there. Orange, right in the middle of the screen. And just like the first one that I did, I am going to be setting up a little temporary hut. I'll try a 1x1 to see if I can't make it work for my my bed. Oh, you turned. Come on now. I got it, but not in the head. You can double-click on the map in order to see the symbol on the compass. Yes, that like the orange-red movement 2 symbol. Uh-oh. What sees me? Wolf? And I'm leveled. Bada bing, bada boom. So let me show you what I get. Tier unlocked, crafting bench. So if I go to my talents, let's do the talents first. I eventually want to get pack horse. So let me get bounce back. I'll do tis but a scratch. And then next level I can get pack horse to increase my inventory capacity.
You made it. Now you're going to need to search the area.
Could I just wall off the scanner to protect it? The wild animals can destroy the scanner. Or not the scanner, but they can destroy your walls. And then you have to pick up the scanner and leave the area once you're done. So you could do that, but I don't really see how it would help you all that much. So let's see if a 1x1 will work for me. And then I'll show you the next tier crafting stuff. I might not even be able to put this inside. This building, this bed requires more shelter. Yeah, sort of what I thought. I don't know how you make 1x1s work for you, but they don't work for me. So let's add some shelter to this. If you stay too close to the wall, I put it right smack dab in the middle of the hut. I mean, I can't get that much. Oh, interesting. Now it works. Okay, cool. I don't know what changed, but sure. Let me re-up my foods. And repair my tools. So, the talent tree, or the tech tree. Here's tech tier 2. You get a crafting bench. That can unlock a stone furnace, which is your basic smelter. It also unlocks anvils to make iron tools. Really importantly, it unlocks the the longbow. The longbow is wonderful. It can also unlock the herbalism bench. And then the thing I really like in the herbalism bench is the flatbread dough. That's a really good way to get your stamina up. It also unlocks the textiles bench, which allows you to make better armors. And then it can unlock the mortar and pestle, which allows you to make flour, because you can't make bread without flour. It can unlock the oxygen dissolver, which allows you to more efficiently produce oxygen for yourself. And then some iron tools. I'm not going to unlock the iron tools just yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. Let me show you the crafting bench. And the cooking station. Let me get the cooking station as well. Let me show you the crafting bench so that I can demo its benefit. So I need a little bit of wood for that. And then I'm going to make myself a longbow. Now, the disadvantage of the longbow is it can only be repaired at a crafting bench, and crafting benches have to be put into cover. So they can be a little bit tricky to repair, especially if you don't have shelter nearby. But they do hit harder. Anything that you deploy, like the cooking stove or something like that, you can always pick back up, but some of them do weigh a lot. So some of them weigh, like the smelter or the, what is it literally called? The stone furnace, for instance, weighs 20 kilograms. So it's not exactly the lightest thing that you can bring around with yourself. You can bring it around, but it weighs a lot. So, you know, it's one of these you are allowed to, but you may not want to. All right, so here's the crafting bench. And I'm going to run back over here. And let me get rid of this. Might be challenging to try to deploy it. I'm going to pick up my bed for now. So here's the crafting bench. And here's a longbow. Let me drop my regular bow. And this longbow plus the bone arrows that I have are going to be able to hit very, very hard. I can also remove the crafting bench now and then put my bed back so that I have a local spawn point. There we go. So now I have a beautiful longbow. And let's do this last scan.
Good. We're reading the station. It's active. Those things are not happy.
Oh yeah, here they go. Can't figure out the terrain, can you? Oh, you did.
You lost power. You'll need to turn it on again. That's it. Systems online.
So this mission was the one where I feel like the story tries to kill you with the double bears that spawn. The four wolves are pretty bad too, but the double bears are can be pretty nasty when you're not expecting them. And we're done. That is it for this.
You're done here. You did a lot more than just survive.
So what I'm going to do is strip my weight down so that I can run back to the deployment pod more quickly. Killing everything on the way, but, you know, I want to be unencumbered by this nonsense. The lighter you are, the faster you can move. So, let's head back, and I'm going to double-click the pod so I can see it, sort of, somewhere out there. And, we'll head to it. I know I can get bones by hitting skeletons. I just dropped several hundred bones. I don't need bones, so that's why I haven't been doing that. I have a level 52 as my primary character, so there are some features I might not be illuminated about, but I do know that. Now let's get some oxide. I'll show you how to huff oxide to fill your oxygen meter instead of just stick it in your helmet, where you just consume. But I like sticking it in the helmet, because then it just doles it out when it needs it. So next mission, I will have the option to going up to Iron Tier, as now I have a smelter and crafting table. Oh, weather event. Minor winds, who cares? So next mission, I might show you at least the benefits of some iron and stuff, and the flatbreads, because I really like the flatbread benefit. But there, as you can see, the damage that it did higher than you've probably seen numbers. Because of longbow plus bone arrows. Kind of wonderful. Let me get my water back. Oh, you know. Wait a second. There we go. Look at you, leave your baby behind. Yeah, that's what you get for leaving your baby behind. So here, as you see, one of the issues using longbows, the extra damage is really nice, but you can break them, and then I would need another crafting table within shelter to repair it, because it requires a crafting table to be repaired. So often what I end up doing is I make myself 2 or 3 different longbows so that I don't have to repair them, so that if, you know, one bow breaks in the middle of like a bear fight, I don't die. I can just switch to a second bow or a third bow. The stupid windstorm definitely slowing me down. Although it is, I could seek shelter and go to sleep because it's almost 6 p.m. So what cell am I in? I am in M10. Okay, yeah, let's go to sleep in a cave. I'll show you guys a cave before I exit. Because I've only looked at the entrance of a cave. And I could actually go into one. So all caves are guarded. Or almost all caves. There's a few types of caves that won't have enemies in them. But most caves have enemies, but they're not that serious. They're pretty easy to deal with. Oh, here we are. Here's a cave. I am, before I go inside, going to want a torch, because you're not going to be able to see anything if I go in there without one, so. And I'm about to lose my prime meat benefit. Oh, I need sticks. Not wood. Alright, so now you'll be able to actually see what I'm doing in there. And let me do the high gamma so that you can... Yeah, there we go. So here's iron ore. And this is platinum or something. And we got some fossils, which I easily dispatched. And we're gonna get... pack horse or... Yeah, I'm gonna get pack horse. Oh wait, capacity is gonna be nice. So here's what a cave looks like. This is a relatively small one. It has some iron. Iron can be mined. You see the little like echelon, the little tick mark of like one down arrow? That is how tough your tool needs to be. This is also something you'll see when you're trying to skin. So this is copper, and then this here is titanium. So my pick here is not hard enough to hit titanium. As you can see, I'm not actually yielding any because it's beyond my tool's ability. I came in here so that I could rest, though. So I don't have a bag. And I don't even have enough fur for a bag. Let me fix that. Furry creatures, where are you? You know what? I'm just going to run back to the shuttle. I can't be bothered. Is the game worth it? I would say if you like the early game play of No Man's Sky, or if you like the sort of base building and bow hunting of Rust, or the early game of No Man's Sky, yes. Otherwise, no. Wait for a deal. Wait for a sale. It really depends on if this is a game that's very attractive to you for the genres you play, or if this is, you know, if it isn't. Yeah, if you like Battle Royale games, no. If you like sports games or NASCAR, yeah, no. It really depends on the genre. So if this is a genre that's up your alley, yeah, it might be worth it. It's fun. I would say, and I said this once before on stream, but I would say if the grind of games like Rust and Ark don't bother you, then this game might be for you. But if the time investment and repetitiveness of games like Ark and Rust are boring for you, don't do it, because this game is no different. It has the same sort of grind mechanic for you to level up and get stronger, and it takes a considerable time investment with you doing the same sort of actions over and over and over. You know what's funny is you guys have much higher gamma on the screen than I do right now, so like I can barely see where I'm going. But just to remind you how dark it is normally, yup, this is about what I see in while I play. Alright, let me fix the gamma now for you all. You actually have a viewing experience. Yeah, if you're a big fan of games like Ark, Forest, No Man's Sky, yeah, do it. It'll probably be worth it. And if you hate it within the first 2 hours of buying it on Steam, you can always refund it. You can refund games up to 2 hours or of total gameplay, or up to 2 weeks of owning it. It's a really good way to make sure that it runs on your system, because that's another critique of the game, is its system requirements are relatively high, and a lot of people that have pretty strong computers that are able to play most games do struggle on this game. Or at least that's what I've read. You like how it gets dark at night? Adds to a layer of the challenge? Yeah, I don't disagree. It adds to the atmospherics. It adds to... You know, I'll feel a lot more vulnerable because I don't really see what's around me, and it'd be easy for wolves, bears, etc. to sneak up on me, or to fall off a cliff. And don't break your legs, because I don't have the splint tech unlocked. But here we are. Let's return to station. Now, in the middle of that mission, you guys voted that I do things in sequential order, so I will honor that. But even with that said, there's going to be multiple options here. So the quests branch off, and I'll have you vote on which ones to do next. Falling off cliffs suck? Yes. And leg fractures in this game suck pretty badly, too. As they incur massive movement speed penalties for a long time. Right, dude? Alright, so I got 100 credits, and I can spend them. So up here... Oh, go away, stupid message. Up here in my currencies, if I go to the workshop, I do have a lot of things unlocked already because I've already played, but you can... The way this works is you can spend credits to unlock a certain item. So like this type of pickaxe, you can unlock for 300 and then craft it for 100. Now, I know that I'm taking a little bit of a shortcut because I already have a whole lot of these things unlocked already, but I can't there's no way to reset progress, so unfortunately, it's just the way it is. So I think what I'm going to do with my credits, if this was a new game, I would be researching and unlocking this EnviroSuit. So this EnviroSuit gives you a suit module, which allows you to modify your suits with things like movement speed. So what I'm going to be doing is spending my credits to do that. For the movement speed. So now in my loadout, I can give myself the suit and to drop with a movement speed module. All right, and then let's take a new... Oh, you know what? One more thing. Because I can afford it, I'm going to get this pickaxe. Which... If you were playing a new game, you wouldn't be able to do because the research costs and crafting costs would be too high. So the things that you drop with, if you return to your drop pod and go back into space with, you get to keep it. If you leave it on the planet, you'll lose it and you have to craft a new one. So new prospects. So I just did the terrain scan, the live wire terrain scan. So we have a few different options. What should the next mission be? We've got kill list extermination. We have got, which is to kill a predator. We have got the geo survey. This one's probably faster than kill list. We have, oh, that's not a real mission. We have opening the way to go into the Arctic biome. So ice storm. We have bioresearch. And we have opening the way to go to the desert. So dry run. All right, you can pick. And while you vote on that, let me go into the talent tree and show you some of the additional talents that I have unlocked. Or tech tree, rather. So the tier 1 tech, more or less the rest of this tier 1 tech, some of it leads to other things. So I'll give you a for instance. The anti-poison paste that you can make is a reagent to make to poison paste. Or no, that's not true. The poison paste is a reagent to make stuff later on. So there is some tech progression where you have to get tier 1 to get tier 2, but not everything. Some of these things, I should note, are required for certain missions. So I'm going to spoil it just a little bit. There are some missions that are going to require you to put down a skinning bench. There are some missions that are going to require you to put down a rain reservoir. So make sure not to spend all of your points, because you might take a quest if you have no blueprint points left over, and you might take a quest and the quest is going to be like, hey, go make a skinning bench. And if you have no points, you're going to have to grind for a new level, because otherwise you just can't complete the quest. So it's another reason why I don't spend all the blueprint points that I have, because, you know, when you need it, it's useful to have some extras left over. Looks to me like you guys are going to want Ice Storm. All right, so let's get out of here. Deploy and activate the disruptor above ground and under shelter in the Glacier Arctic. Okay. And I'm bringing the equipment that I just bought. And let's head on down. Polar Bear Revenge. Now that I have longbows and bone arrows, plus the ability to have better food, Polar Bear Revenge is going to be mine. So first things first, let's put the module in my suit. So movement speed 408 versus movement speed 390. We'll take the 408. And I'll put the pick in my pick slot, which is normally slot number 4.
Welcome down, friend. Legos unit want access to new territory, but it ain't gonna be simple. There's heavy weather, freezing temperatures, and God knows what else over there on the ice. And there's more. Group 15's got meteorological tech they want tested up there. But the last storm scattered the drop drones to hell. You need to find them, fix them, set it up somewhere safe, and run a test fire during a storm. Good news is, looks like terraforming threw the region into some kind of storm loop. I told you this one was wild.
Yep.
Check your map for markers.
This one is wild.
Do what you gotta do.
All right, so markers. There's 3 things that I need to search for components that got, like, lost. Oh, and I need to work on my aim. Thunk. So, usually when I start a new game, once I have some basic tech, is I will just kill my way to the first point of interest, rather than to try to build a base or something else like that. Because most of what you need to build a base with, you're going to need leather and fur and things like that anyway. So you might as well collect that while you're traveling to your destination, rather than try to grind it just to save yourself some skill. John T, thank you for the follow, by the way. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm just Oh, hello, wolf. Yeah, come on, come on, come on. Silly wolves. Now, there's another way to yield more from these wolves than what I'm currently getting in the tech tree. It's called the skinning bench. And that allows you to carry smaller animals and skin them at the bench for higher yields than just field skinning them. So if you're familiar with RimWorld, it's the difference between a butcher spot and a butcher table, whereas the butcher spot isn't as high yield as the butcher table. And then also, this pickaxe that I unlocked with my credits yields more resources per node than the standard pick. So this thing has a 115 yield for mining, whereas the standard pick is 100. So it's a tiny boon, but a boon nonetheless. And you can start with it. So, you know, that's a pretty useful... ooh, a boar. That's a pretty useful way to sort of shortcut the beginning tool grind. Is there an explanation why they've sent you space travel, but you start with stone tools? Not a real valid one, no. There's like one voice line that is just like, oh, just because you can. It's like a proof of how tough you are, I guess. That's the only way they explain it. Because the company you work for is cheap. Yeah, that's a better way of explaining it. So another thing I'm going to want to be on the lookout for is a cave between me and my destination. Because I think that... Oh, and... No, this isn't a cave. Oh, no, it is a cave. I think that high-tech tools, like iron stuff, is going to be useful for a mission like this one. So I'm going to want to get... iron. Give puppies a treat. Sure thing. So what I want to do is to get the resources for a crafting bench so I can make myself a longbow. And then I'm going to have you vote on whether I go for iron immediately or go for iron eventually. How's that sound? When should I go for iron tech? Now or later? So if I go for it now, the advantage is I will be able to get better meals and maybe get some better tools. But it means that I'm not going to really make progress on the mission for a bit. The advantage of doing it later is then I can do progress for the mission and not waylay. Looks like you guys want to see it now. Okay. So first things first, I'm going to get myself a campfire and crafting table. So I'm doing the crafting table now, and I'm going to get a campfire. Oh, one more swing. And a torch. So these things spit poison, and I just ran myself out of arrows. The poison is starting to hurt me. Oh boy, no, I'm actually gonna die, because I let them spit on me too much. Oh well. Add to the death counter. What I should have done is I should have made some bone arrows first. But luckily, I'm only half a click away from the drop pod, so it's not going to be that long. All right, let me resolve that, and while I wait to respawn... Oh, my coffee's all slimy. Haste makes waste. I have 6 days to do the mission. Yeah, it's true. is remotely literate will be able to attest. I'm used to being able to, like, two-shot those things, so I didn't really engage them all that well. What do I want from this? Let's just get back to the body before nightfall. Because it would be good, while I'm mining iron, to have the rest bonus. Pumpkins would be good, too. I ought to start collecting ingredients for higher level meals. It's also too bad that I died right before I hit level 12, because you lose all the progress made in the current level. Okay, so there's wheat here. Got it. I just made a mental note. Because wheat's one of those things that I'm absolutely going to want to grab as I tech up. Alright, so this time... I already have the bone arrows. I made them in a... as I was dying. Alright, come on. Hop on out. So here is some coal, which is needed for steel. Aluminum, which I can't bother with, or there's no advantage to getting yet. Let's go ahead and put the crafting table down. And I'll have a lit torch there. I gotta be careful not to light my table on fire. So the next thing I want to do is to get a stone furnace. So that's 80 stone. That's a pretty sizable amount of stone. And I also might want a bedroll. And to get the experience bonus that I mentioned. So let's go do that. Sleep in the bed. And then I have the rest bonus. So get this up to 80. And then I need a little bit of wood, but I have some wood in that campfire that I can grab to make the, well, I'll just cut down a tree too, either one way or the other. A1 Beast, what do you mean require shelter? The rest bonus? If you put your stuff in a cave, cave is shelter. Providing you have a campfire nearby. Alright, so that's the stone I need. Yep, this doesn't have enough shelter, so I'm going to put it a little bit deeper into the cave. You're right. This should be far enough. I hope. No, still not sheltered. Okay. Deeper still. Being a pain, aren't you? Okay, there we go. And making the stone furnace. So with this stone furnace, I'll be able to process the iron ore into iron ingots. Stick wood in it, and let's start mining. So I'm going to need to mine up at least 80 ingots to make the anvil. I'm also going to unlock one totally unnecessary, but a very nice to have tech tier, a floor torch. I'm going to need to find some sulfur for that, though. Floor torches allow you to more safely illuminate the area, because when you drop a torch like that, it can set your crafting benches on fire. And the tech that you have at your disposal early game to put fires out are basically nothing. So if you do set your base on fire, your best bet is to just pull all your crafting tables up from the ground and stick them in your inventory, because you're not going to be able to beat the fire fast enough before it destroys everything. Oh, I just got pneumonia. So one of the disadvantages of living in a cave is you can get pneumonia, which absolutely ruins your stats. So here's the disadvantages of being underground. Lower health regeneration and lower max stamina. And then pneumonia is lower health regeneration, lower max stamina, lower experience gain. You can counteract pneumonia later on in the tech tree, but I am nowhere near there yet. In fact, you almost... in most playthroughs, you'll, like, never unlock the dehumidifier, because it's just way, way, way down the tech tree. But I did get the floor torch, so let me see if I can't find some sulfur for it. Uh-oh, this is a bear. Nothing like fighting a bear while you have pneumonia, right? Was a bear. All right, let's craft. Bear, you... oh, you know what? I want my longbow. That's what I want. Can I explain the trick to dodge the bear? When it's about maybe 8 feet in front of you, and it's about to lunge at you, just sidestep it. Left or right, just sidestep it, and run past it. That would be the trick for the bears. It makes them very inconsequential. What's funny is enemies like the boar here, you can't dodge like that. Boars, wolves, hyenas... Cougars are particularly fast. Why destroy skeletons? Because you get bone for it. When I have another bear fight, which I'm sure I will because I'm heading into the cold biome, I will demo more anti-bear techniques. Once you have the technique down, it's very rinse and repeat, as long as you have stamina. So the reason I died to the bears in the previously was, I had a very... particularly low stamina. In fact, right now I have really low stamina because I have pneumonia. So my stamina bar is completely destroyed as a result. And I'm just not going to be able to find sulfur, am I? Thank you for tuning in to Icarus, which originally streamed live on Twitch December 14th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch live streams of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedules and countdown timers for upcoming streams. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you for supporting the channel. I'll catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Icarus players.